Lumberton, North Carolina, 1970. A common household tragedy.
Thomas had been smoking in bed and started the fire by himself.
He burns to death in his own bed.
Everyone felt so badly for poor Velma. Her husband burned up in this fire.
38-year-old widow, Velma Burke, slowly recovers from her loss. But 3 years later, tragedy strikes her new partner.
Nobody understood what was wrong with him. He already did have health problems. His lungs were shot. He was diabetic. When he died, again, Velma was a sympathetic widow.
Is Velma cursed? Everyone thinks so. Indeed, Velma has known suffering since she was young.
Velma had a dreadful childhood. Her father was an alcoholic. He was abusive. There was so much wrong. You knew she was going to come out of that childhood as damaged goods.
Like many abused children, Velma tries to mask the pain with drugs.
Velma started using prescription drugs and abusing prescription drugs.
She's soon an addict, and doctor shops to get prescriptions.
Velma had a lot of emotional problems and wasn't getting the psychiatric help that she needed.
Without professional help, her addiction gets worse. And Velma becomes desperate for money.
Eventually, Velma got into the same problem many addicts do. She needed to steal to get money to pay for her habit.
Velma! Velma! Yes, Mom? There's a check missing out of my checkbook.
I think you've probably just forgotten and you've
She starts stealing from her mother.
No, Velma.
Velma was addicted to drugs.
Mama, I'm sure you did.
Drugs that would cause her to have wild mood swings. And Velma was a thief.
I'm going to the bank about it.
I really don't think that's necessary, do you?
It was a very, very dangerous combination.
Velma is a desperate addict who has developed a unique coping mechanism: murder.
I should take over the care of my mother now.
She needed money. She didn't want to get caught. She needed the money to medicate because of the pain that she had.
I bought you some soup.
I can't eat.
I'll make you better in no time.
The whole thing became a vicious cycle for her.
You always say homemade is best.
The weapon of choice is arsenic.
Come on. Come on home. That's it. Okay. Take it slow. Just a little sip.
Poisoning became a way of trying to deal with a problem that she didn't know how else to deal with.
All right. You have a little rest and we'll try again later, huh?
With arsenic, it's very simple to drag the process out. You just give them not quite enough until it all accumulates in your system and they get sicker and sicker and die.
no one suspects Velma.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Because arsenic symptoms mimic normal ailments of the elderly. Velma doesn't get caught for murder, but she does for check fraud. After a short jail term in 1975, she's free to start again.
Montgomery, I have some lovely warm soup for you.
She got a job caring for an elderly man. And his wife was a bit younger than he was, but she had her health problems too.
There we go.
But Velma also restarts her drug habit. She needs money,
It is an honor and a privilege.
and she's living with easy targets.
Reassuring, thank you.
Anyone around her that made her angry or frustrated or threatened her existence, her freedom of revealing that she was a thief, was in danger of Velma's wrath.
There you go.
Within a year, Montgomery Edwards is dead. One month later, Dolly also dies.
Murder became a maladaptive behavior for Velma. But it worked. And every time she did it, she got away with it for years.
Velma's circle of death is far from over. In the 1970s, in Lumberton, North Carolina, the people close to Velma Barfield keep turning up dead. Unsuspecting family believe Velma is cursed. But in truth, she's addicted to prescription drugs, and to buy them, she kills. In 1977, Velma meets Stuart Taylor.
He was, by all accounts, a nice young man. They had a good relationship initially. It wasn't long before Velma moved in with Stuart and they were living together.
Stuart has no idea who the real Velma is. When he finds a letter from a prison inmate to his girlfriend,
Hurry. What you do?
he's shocked.
Honey, you never told me about this.
What?
You never told me you were in prison.
What are you doing with
What do you mean, what am I doing? Why are you keeping secrets from me?
This is my...
You can tell me these things. Why are you holding back?
I don't want to go there. It's just...
He was outraged. She did not tell him about her imprisonment.
I'm gonna tell everybody about you and your secrets.
What are you talking about?
I don't know
Don't
you
you
any-
dare.
He threatened to expose her, as it were, to other people.
I'm out of here.
Wait, you get back here. What are you talking about? This is your...
I don't trust you anymore. I'm out of here.
You, get out!
That was a triggering event for the sort of flood of Velma's life history crashing down on her.
When Velma is stressed, her prescription drugs are not enough. She needs to end the source of her pain.
She was frightened, and she fell back into her old habits. Rather than leave, she did what she'd always done when she got into a jam or frustrated. She murdered.
But this is one stress release too many. This time, family don't pity Velma. They accuse her. An autopsy of her fourth victim confirms suspicions.
They found the effects of arsenic in his internal organs, and they knew how he had died. That was the beginning of the end for Velma Barfield.
Faced with a watertight murder charge and the prospect of more to come, an interesting thing happens. Velma Barfield confesses to not 4 murders, but 6. Her first husband, Thomas Burke, didn't leave his cigarette burning. Velma set him on fire. And her frail second husband, another poison victim. The surprises don't stop there. Sentenced to death, Velma is locked away from the prescription drugs that fueled her killing. She becomes the angel of death row.
The people in the prison found that she was a really good counselor for disturbed young women. And they would often put the most disturbed young women in cells next to Velma, knowing that she would soothe them.
Could Velma ever make up for the 6 lives she took? Only she knows. On November 2nd, 1984, Velma Barfield is executed by lethal injection.
She could have become a teacher, a counselor, a pastor. She could have spent her life doing good works instead of hurting people.
When 2 women fall,
They refer to women like this as femme fatales.
for each other and money,
The self-indulgence, that's what life is about for them.
husbands can get in the way.
It must have been agony. That's all I can imagine.
February 5th, 2002. In a vineyard 40 miles south of Sacramento, California, a gruesome find.
The farm laborer happened to see vultures flying overhead. So he just went to see what the vultures were flying over.
It's the body of a hotshot attorney.
Well-to-do attorneys are not buried in vineyards.
Las Vegas, 1995.
Hi, I'm Larry McNabney. Call me.
Colorful, self-promoting attorney Larry McNabney is well known in the casino city.
All right, one more time.
He had a yellow page ad and television commercials.
Howdy.
These advertisements brought in many clients.
How was that?
He was extremely successful financially.
Hi. Larry McNabney.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
With his law practice booming, he's hiring more staff.
About yourself. That's good because we get a lot of
29-year-old Elisa Barish is quick to impress.
done pretty well, yeah.
Well, I'm a hard worker,
Yeah.
and I don't mind working overtime.
Oh, that's
Elisa had a gift, and it was the ability to figure people out very quickly. She was especially skilled at this when it came to men.
When can you start?
Whenever suits you, Larry.
Larry falls for her charm,
Whenever.
and he's not the first.
Tomorrow.
Can I call you Larry?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Elisa is a highly successful con artist.
Who was Elisa McNabney? Does anybody know? She was a woman who ultimately wound up going by about 30 different aliases and left a trail of men in her wake.
Elisa is soon hard at work, stealing clients' insurance payouts.
Without question, a major crime, a felony. She was compelled to offend society and society's rules. Why? Because she liked to.
But it is Larry in the hot seat.
Yeah, guys, look, give me a little bit of time to call someone.
With tens of thousands missing,
Sorry, but even if I
authorities investigate him.
give me a bit of time, yeah.
Larry got in trouble with the state bar, and he was fined and penalized, and it was all Elisa's doing, but he covered for her.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks, guys.
He should have put her in prison, but instead he was somehow attracted to this.
Larry not only forgives Elisa, he marries her. Once again, the con woman's charm works.
Did she love Larry? I think she loved his lifestyle. She loved being the center of attention.
To escape the fraud scandal, the couple moves to Sacramento, California.
Hi.
Larry opens a new law practice
How are you fitting in?
and incredibly, again puts Elisa in charge of the accounts.
Nice. So, you like shopping?
Elisa takes a shine to their office assistant,
I love shopping.
Sarah Dutra.
When Elisa and Sarah met, the sparks were flying.
I'd love to.
Don't you two have any work to do?
We're just about to pop out for a bite to eat and a little bit of shopping.
They immediately cared for each other a lot.
Shopping.
I think Sarah became Elisa's protege. It was someone Elisa could mold and play with.
Bye-bye. That looks amazing. Oh, it's gorgeous. You look gorgeous.
And for Sarah, she had in front of her this great teacher.
Hello.
Soon the master and her apprentice are robbing Larry blind.
They cashed clients' checks rather than giving it to the clients who were entitled to a settlement check.
And they become lovers.
You making lots of money for us?
Lots and lots, honey.
They were, during this period, draining Larry's accounts dry to the tune of over $500,000.
Okay, I got 7 for you.
Larry has no idea money is being stolen.
Thank you.
He's more concerned about the other woman in his marriage.
Larry wasn't happy with the relationship between Elisa and Sarah. He didn't like this anymore. His wife was changing, his life was changing.
But the women aren't prepared to let Larry ruin a good thing.
They saw him as getting in the way, and the only way they can continue their lifestyle was to take him out of it.
Larry McNabney's law firm is being bled dry by his wife, Elisa. and her lover, Sarah Dutra.
Expensive restaurants, expensive clothes, expensive cars. That's the lifestyle they've come to be accustomed to.
Larry doesn't suspect the theft, but is tired of being the third person in his marriage.
Larry wasn't happy with the relationship between Elisa and Sarah.
But the women are one step ahead. They have a chilling plan to get rid of him.
Sarah Dutra looked on the computer,
Well, well. That is interesting.
looked up the effects of certain horse tranquilizers on human beings.
On Tuesday. All right.
Elisa's a seasoned con woman, but she's never gone this far.
The idea of giving someone horse tranquilizer still boggles my mind. I can't imagine that. Why would you do that?
September 10th, 2001. For one last time, Elisa deceives her husband.
Without question, Elisa was a heartless sociopath. She used and abused people.
I've made this for you.
Okay. Thanks.
For hours, the women feed Larry more and more of the paralyzing drug.
That should do it.
Okay.
This horse tranquilizer prevents you from moving. It's almost like going in for elective surgery and having the doctor operate on you, and you can feel everything, but you can't stop it. And this went on for 12 to 18 hours.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Oh, yes, we will.
Larry is still alive as the women drive him to his final resting place.
Can't even fathom what that would be like when you know that you're going to die. You're still mentally enough there to realize what's happening, but physically just totally incapable of responding to it.
I cannot imagine a worse way to die than the way Larry McNabney died.
Oh, it's hard work.
Wait here. He liked wine, didn't he?
Eventually, Larry succumbs and is buried in a shallow grave in a local vineyard.
Yeah, that should do it.
Larry was killed because he got in the way. That's why. He was getting in the way of the relationship between Sarah and Elisa.
Now, for these calculating killers,
Hello?
it's back to business.
I'm sorry Larry isn't in the office today. Yes, I've got it right here.
Elisa McNabney and Sarah Dutra are telling people, well, he joined a cult. He's in Costa Rica. He joined the Krishnas in Washington. He's off at a rehabilitation center for alcoholics.
Sarah and Elisa were a toxic mixture. They continued to spend his money and to use his business to make more money for them to spend.
5 months after Larry goes missing, his body is found.
They did not dig the grave very deep because his bone from his leg ended up coming out of the earth. And eventually a farm worker noticed it.
Investigators began digging into the family, and they realized Elisa McNabney was not who she'd said she was.
Elisa's dodgy past and her multiple aliases set off alarm bells. Sarah is arrested, but Elisa has dumped her and is on the run.
The FBI and multiple law enforcement agencies, they began tracking her through Utah. They found traces of her in Oklahoma City and finally caught up to her in Florida.
Almost 6 months after the murder, Elisa McNabney is arrested.
Ma'am, you need to...
Still enjoying the good life at a Florida resort.
I would not have expected a woman like Elisa to give up so easily. Maybe she was tired of running.
Sarah is already in custody. In March 2002, she's found guilty of voluntary manslaughter and accessory to murder. She is sentenced to 11 years in prison and is eligible for release in October 2011.
Sarah Dutroff was equally guilty, and she should have been convicted of murder.
Elisa McNabney never stands trial. In a Florida prison, the 35-year-old commits suicide on Easter 2002.
The party was over. I think for Elisa, taking her own life on her terms was her last defiant act.
They both had their strengths, they both had their weaknesses, but they were both very cold.
These are two very sadistic, heartless women.
Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world. A long way from the million-dollar studs, the city's back streets are the haunt of Tina Powell and LaFonda Faye Foster.
Need more money.
They both went hand in hand when it came to carousing, doing whatever they could to get money to either drink or do drugs or both. Tina did do some strip dancing, and both would attempt to turn prostitution deals.
No one can understand what comes over the pair of them on April 23rd, 1986, at the home of Carlos and Virginia Kearns, their regular drinking partners.
They were all alcoholics, all people who were sort of from the seamier side of life.
Their older friends are easy targets.
What you gonna give me for it?
I know how much you like that bath I gave you. If you give me some money, though, you give me some money and I'll give you...
The women need cash for drugs,
Carlos, I need the money now.
but are not getting any.
You need to give me the money.
I don't think we got no money, sweetheart.
Carlos, I need...
They take matters into their own hands.
You lied to me!
No, I'm not.
Carlos, give me the money, all right? Finally!
All I got is a social security check. I'd have to go somewhere to cash it.
All right, let's go cash it then. You're all coming, we're all gonna go cash it, all right? Come on!
High on drugs and alcohol,
Drugs, hurry up!
the victims go along to save their skins.
The reputation of Faye Foster was rather formidable.
Tina, over there.
I expect that fear had a lot to play with not trying to resist.
We're gonna go in and cash this check, okay? Y'all stay in here, or else I'll kill you.
She was a very mean woman.
Can you cash that, please?
Carlos needs to sign the check personally.
I'm afraid I can't.
Why not? It's only $50.
But when they get to the store, for some reason, the women leave him in the car.
What whatever if you give us 25.
I'm sorry, can't do it. I don't have the authorization.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey, Roger, when did you get out?
Just this morning.
You got any money?
Frustrated, the women's crazy solution
Come on, you're coming with us.
is to take a fifth hostage. An old friend, Roger Keene.
Hey, Theo, how you doing? All right? Carlos.
All right.
It's too crowded. I can't get in there.
Get the car, Roger.
All right.
Sort of desperate to get money. And apparently, as the day and the night wore on, they got more and more desperate.
They have 5 hostages with hardly $1 between them.
Roger, I thought you said you had some money.
I said it wasn't much.
We have to have money. Damn it, I don't believe none of you have any money.
The drug addict's frustration
All right, get out now.
turns to fury.
Now! Come on! Out of the car now! Come on!
These poor people were just sort of drunk out of their minds and being sort of led to slaughter.
Get up! Get down on the ground! Face first! Down! Get down!
LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell now do something totally senseless.
Tina Powell did all of the stabbing with this rather unique configured hunting knife.
The blows leave the hostages wounded, but not fatally. LaFonda Faye's gun also has little effect.
The .22 caliber revolver was what we would call a Saturday night special, probably obtainable for $5 to $10 on the street. The ammunition was a mishmash of ammunition.
She ain't moving.
Inept is the best word I can come up with.
It's Tina who finally takes the first life. 59-year-old Trudy Harrell's throat is cut.
It's unclear to me why LaFonda and Tina killed her. I think they only did it because they wanted to. It looked like fun, and it was something they had never done before.
With one woman dead, a night of horror on the streets of Lexington is only just beginning.
Once they killed their first victim, they had 4 living witnesses to deal with. There was no stopping.
April 23rd, 1986.
I need some 22s or 38s.
Drug addicts LaFonda Faye Foster
Sorry, there's none left.
and Tina Powell are desperate for more ammunition.
Well?
The women are on a murder spree. They've killed one person and have taken 4 other people hostage.
The drugs and alcohol probably made it easier for LaFonda and Tina to kill. But the foundation that led them to the desire to kill had been there for years.
In a back street of Lexington, Kentucky, Virginia Kearns becomes their second victim. Her husband, Carlos, powerless to save her. The city has never known a night like this.
It was kind of crazy that night. Bodies just kept showing up fairly close to each other. The police, for a while, couldn't figure out what was going on. It was kind of like, you're kidding, not another body.
2 women are dead and the night will go from bad to worse.
We found the body of Roger Keene underneath the car. And we found the body of Ted Sweet leaned up to the back of the car. You could see the gunshot wounds. You could also tell that he had been run over by the car.
Their fifth and final victim, Carlos Kearns, is shot, stabbed, and left to die in a blazing inferno.
None of those people needed to die. Those people were harmless.
You girls all right?
Yeah, we're fine. We were just fighting. Is there a bathroom? Somewhere we can
Lexington's worst mass murder in history doesn't remain a mystery for long. The two women choose a nearby public hospital to clean up.
I can't believe there's so much blood. No, it's right in my arms.
They were just saturated in blood. In fact, the blood had identifying factors from all the victims on it.
Whether it is the drugs or stupidity, LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell make the prosecutor's job easy.
Gross.
The nursing staff there at the hospital knew something had to be wrong and notified the police.
Within minutes of arriving, the two women are arrested. In 1987, Tina Powell is found guilty of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. She's eligible for parole in 2021. LaFonda Faye Foster is convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder and receives the death penalty. Granted a retrial in 1991, she pleads guilty, avoids execution, and is now serving a life sentence.
Still the largest mass murder in Lexington history. It wasn't a crime of hatred, it wasn't a crime of anger or passion, it was just they were really drunk and they weren't getting what they wanted.
LaFonda and Tina were able to kill in a heartless manner and had no remorse for what they did because they were sociopaths. They had no empathy for any other human being. When they met and joined forces, they became deadly women.